So the theme, there's the new earth is coming up, supposedly. It's in the future. There's a new earth reality coming up, but is it in the future? Yeah, I mean, this course is trying to help us right now link to the new earth reality, which all it is, it's a higher dimensional present state. It's always here. It's a matter of really calming and feeling that higher love frequency, and it's like, oh, suddenly you're on the new earth frequency. We're going to get into that through the lesson today, but one of my Facebook friends, she has these occasional profound glimpses of the new earth right now. It's a real existing place right now. So just a couple weeks ago she shared, I'll read this just to spark some ideas, and then we'll do the meditation, and then we'll continue. But she says, oh my God, wow, just had another shift in frequency out of the blue, starting by me looking out at a very, very old building on our property next to our house. I suddenly felt the same shift in new earth frequency, which I have had several times. I saw the building, but I felt totally immersed on the new earth and felt myself leaping into a profound and highly elated state of being, of divine ecstasy. I had to start giggle, and I got goosebumps all over and feel how every cell in my body started to vibrate on a whole new octave of light. Yes. And the goosebumps didn't stop, nor the massive expansion and pulsation in my body. The thing is, the other times, this was moments and glimpses that then faded out, but now it is still there.
And she doesn't have one of these machines?
No, not that I know of. Mind me, I'm used to feeling and embody divine grace and bliss as a permanent state of being since my merging with my angelic essence in 2010. But yes, this shifting is of another octave, of a full body dimensional shift to the new earth ascended realm and state of being, where we reside when fully ascended and soul is fully immersed with our rainbow crystallic plasma body. We do have multiple bodies. The physical one is just the most dense, crude one we're kind of evolving out of now. I feel as if I'm being ongoing activated, and then the higher dimensions, though I am neither meditating nor in deep sleep. It is such a surrealistic sight to see that old building of 1898, all broken, but in my inner vision, seeing the new earth crystalline reality. OMG, this feeling of home, tears, and so deeply touched in the core of my being. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. It is here, the new earth reality is just waiting for us to shift and enter. This is our home band frequency, so familiar, so joyous and ecstatic. And needless to say, my kundalini is off the roof. This is so juicy and so elating that you can hardly contain it. We are so blessed to be returning home to Eden of oneness with Source and all that is. Her name's Ama Grace, and that's her picture for the day, for that day. And she's had another more recent vision of this. And it's not just a vision, like the Course talks about, we're learning to see differently and to change our thoughts. But behind that is not just thinking differently and seeing different physical things. It is feeling. I feel the love of God within me now. So if we can really anchor into the feeling state in our heart, that's going to affect these glimpses of the higher dimensions right now. Yeah, so this is from lesson 189. I feel the love of God within me now. Lesson 189. We're going to read about it in about 10 minutes from now. It's so good. So, in this world, we have to think. We have to learn. We have to have experiences and then reflect on them and then learn to change our approach. So that's a mental process. That process gets us so far. It can't take us completely all the way. to that new earth state, the one that she's seeing these glimpses and feeling this ecstasy, that mind and the learning is just, it's incapable of taking us that next step. It's impossible, which is why a lot of the intellectuals in the world that I see online, they're still just debating and putting and correcting each other and arguing. And it's like, okay, you're never going to get to the home realization if you keep it in the intellect. It is, so 189 is kind of the climax. It's got one of the best descriptions of that final tipping point, that final step off. Where it gets us like, okay, now is the time to literally let it all go. All of our thoughts are basically memories. Everything we're thinking right now is a memory. Memory can't possibly take us to the unknown vast realm. Everything is based on our learned past conditioning. So hold on to nothing, not even concepts that you've learned, not even thoughts about your past or anticipations about the future. It says, forget about this course. It says, forget about this world. Anything and everything has to be let go completely, like the ultimate surrender, which is how I tried to guide in the meditation. It's kind of like a letting back, leaning back, complete wide open hands with a quiet heart and an open mind, as it says, and then allowing the divine intelligence to rush in. The God source knows how to reach us. We don't know how to reach that light. We're not capable. The ego construct is so finite. So by that surrendering, we're inviting divinity to come in, and then, whoosh, right? That's how we awaken. It's not up to our little smarty pants, smart ass head, know-it-all mind. And so there's this incredible new earth reality, which is for most people still kind of a fantasy, like looking out the window like, really, where is it? Checking in the news. Is it in the news yet? And so there's that world and there's this world. It's always the two worlds the Course is contrasting. And it's this low dimension of heaviness, and then the pure high, extremely high dimension of light and bliss, and where everything is structured very differently. There's no political systems in that realm. There's no financial systems in that realm. There's no hierarchies in that realm. And yet that's where we're going as a human civilization. How do you go from this to that? It's such a leap. It's a massive leap. The frequency is so vast that the two realms are completely incompatible. In no way can they overlap. We're going to read about this more. Where you're in this realm, the dense world realm, it's inconceivable to our earth mind, inconceivable what that vast reality is like. Just as when you're in that light reality, it's inconceivable to imagine the worry and the fear and the angers and the hate and the bicker. Like, it's impossible to fantasize about that when you're in the right state of mind, in the light, in the divine love. So those two realms are completely nothing in common. Other lessons really emphasize that, 128, 129. There are two worlds, and they have nothing to do with each other. You have to choose, and that's what this lesson is also getting at. Which world are we going to see? Which one do we want to see? It's always getting our attention point. Which one do we want? Okay, so that's the first step. We get to choose. We do have a choice. You don't have to just randomly hope and wait and see. We have a choice. But then it says, really specifically now, highlighting that feeling state, you're going to see the one that you feel in your heart. Or if you're not feeling love in your heart, then you're still, the injustices of the world, it's still so hard. It's still, that person, can't believe what they did. If we're still hanging on to how unfair we're being treated, then we're choosing that world. We're choosing to stay in this dark, separate world. And we have no access to the light realm. It's one or the other. It's very clear, one or the other. So you can't serve two masters. It's like we have to get to a point of, yes, you have to release every last person and every last system and every last thing from our judgments, so that there's nothing to cling on to, so that the swamp doesn't suck us down anymore. Like, just cover it all with light. Bless everything. Don't curse anything. Send everything blessings instead of condemnation. So the sooner we do that, it's in our best interest to then have beautiful experiences as human, again, evolution is leading us to. We don't have to drag our feet to that evolution. We can, right now, apply it sooner. And then as we do our little part, and then we have these light episodes, the feeling of love in the heart, then what does it do for the field overall? Right? It's such a powerful high frequency that it is many, hundreds of thousands of times stronger than individuals still in the fear realm. So by us doing our homework, we're helping to release. We're helping others, many others, to release from their little worrisome, realities. It's the most helpful thing we can be doing.